Oh, I like this one. Guess what, everybody? Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey appears to be upholding the bizarre tradition established by most politicians who have emerged from the state over the past 100 years. On the Senate floor and on the tweet deck, he's showing utter ignorance of and contempt for the U.S. Constitution, this time claiming that a reading of it as it was originally intended to be read is, wait, racist, sexist, homophobic, and discriminatory. Hi everyone, I'm Gardner Goldsmith for MRC-TV. As Zachary Evans writes for National Review, mighty Mass Senator Ed Markey took to the floor of the Senate mere hours prior to the U.S. Supreme Court confirmation of Amy Coney Barrett in what appears to be an attempt to continue the narrative that President Trump is packing the court when he's only fulfilling his constitutional duty to nominate a judge for the court vacancy. Markey had to take the silliness a step further, saying,
"Originalism is racist. Originalism is sexist. Originalism is homophobic."
Okay, well, considering the fact that only through an originalist view of the amendment process in the Constitution could they change things to create stuff like, the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment, it's more than a bit strange and off target for Ed Markey to say this. But Markey did say it, and he wasn't done saying it after he left the Senate floor. He made sure to tweet it shortly thereafter, repeating the exact same phrase. Originalism is racist. Originalism is sexist. Originalism is homophobic. Originalism is just a fancy word for discrimination. Meanwhile, some of us know that the word senator is just a fancy word for shameful authoritarian pickpocket, Ed. You know, folks, isn't it amazing to see how bald-facedly politicians will act when employing trigger words and rhetoric? Words like racist, sexist, homophobic, and discrimination have become such popular go-to terms for the left, such imagined shields that they try to employ, that they don't even realize their repeated reliance on these words actually empties the terms of their real meaning. It actually diminishes the way contemporary folks might see actual racism, sexism, homophobia, and discrimination. And in a way, it shows incredible disrespect for those who suffer, will suffer, or have suffered those injustices. And then, of course, there's Markey's stunning blindness to the fact that the only way he gets his $174,000 per year paycheck via U.S. taxpayers, and of course, their children, since the U.S. operates via massive debt, is because he fills one of the two polluted Senate seats the Constitution creates for Massachusetts. Neither Markey nor his Native American cohort, Elizabeth Foahantas Warren, could suck the public teat or make speeches on that expensive Senate floor if there were not an originalist view of the Constitution. Perhaps someone could ask Mr. Markey, if I strolled into your office and plopped my feet on your desk claiming I was the senator, what document would you cite as your evidence to show me that I was incorrect? That would be the Constitution, Ed. And what if I said, well, Ed, even though the Constitution's really not racist, sexist, homophobic, or discriminatory, I identify as a senator, and I'm claiming the Constitution is discriminating against my choice. Ed would, of course, be forced to cite the original wording of the so-called rules and get the tax-funded cops to remove me. He would, in very quick order, become an originalist when it suits him. And then there's the next question someone might ask Mr. Markey. Ed, just wondering, if an originalist reading of the Constitution is so bad, why did you swear an oath to uphold it as written and currently amended when you entered office? Is it that you really didn't mean it when you swore that oath? You swore the oath, but you actually intended to disregard the strictures of the document and forget your oath when it suited you to do so? Well, regardless of how he might answer, and I doubt he ever would, serious constitutional researchers must admit that the U.S. Constitution was seen by many patriots of the Revolutionary era as a usurpation of the Articles of Confederation. Many anti-federalists suspected Alexander Hamilton of working to centralize and increase power, and they were proven right. On an even more fundamental level, the Constitution is not a voluntary contract. It's government, and as a result, it's force. If it were a real voluntary contract, it would be a business agreement, and by definition could not be a government, i.e. a polis. But at least people like Ed Markey, who openly volunteered to run for the Senate office that the Constitution purports to create, who swears he will abide by its strictures, can have the class to abide by it. Instead, he and his allies work to undermine it, even trying to block the appointment of a woman who might more closely abide by her oath when she hears cases in the Supreme Court. And they have the gall to claim that it is illegitimate for Donald Trump to do what is constitutionally mandated, to fill an empty SCOTUS seat. And as Zachary Evans notes, in additional tweets, Markey also called for Democrats to, quote, abolish the filibuster, end quote, and to, quote, expand the Supreme Court, end quote, i.e. expand the number of justices appointed to the bench, which is a page ripped right out of the Democrat playbook as they tried to bend the narrative to portray Trump's wholly constitutional appointment of Amy Coney Barrett as him somehow packing the court, when in fact, it's the Democrats like Markey who want to pack the court. At what point can one see a politician like Markey, who not only disregards his oath to the Constitution, but openly calls reading it as written a form of some evil, when can we call him a domestic enemy of the Constitution? Well, I guess we can't ask Ed. His track record on things like the meaning of words is not so good. Anyway, amusing, frustrating, and very newsworthy. I wanted to make sure you were aware of that. Thank you so much for joining us here at MRC-TV. Remember, please like and subscribe. If you like the videos, please like and subscribe. And please tell your friends about the videos. Share them anywhere you can. Social media, emails, show them to friends. Say, hey, did you see this? It's not from Hunter Biden's laptop. And you can actually watch it. And that's some serious stuff, I understand. And please, if you get the opportunity, head over to MRC-Store, because there's always some great material there that you can pick up. We'll see you on Instagram. We'll see you on Facebook. I'm on Twitter at Gard Goldsmith. For MRC TV, I'm Gardner Goldsmith.